Dort. Down to Dort. This is Lee Dort, and I'm down to dunk. This is Lee Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
I'm Josh Giddey, and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, this is Kenny Hustle, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Darius Baisley, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Mike Muscala, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Poku, and I'm down to dunk.
I love cereal. Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Oh, I can have these? I'm going to share with my team, but I'm going to hog most of them.
Good morning and welcome to episode 138 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on The Athletic and anywhere else you subscribe to your podcast. Go to theathletic.com/down2dunk and get The Athletic for $1 a month for 6 months. I am Luke. Joined this morning by Andrew.
I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Woo!
Slam through.
And Taylor.
Patrick, Beverly Hills. That's where I want to be. Give me Patrick. Patrick, Beverly Hills.
What is Patrick Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills.
Patrick Beverly.
So just changed for Patrick Beverly Hills.
Patrick Beverly Hills. Relevant.
Patrick Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That song was stuck in my head. I have a question because I believe you both are. Everyone here likes old Weezer, Blue Album Weezer, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Easily likable.
Okay. When that song came out, Beverly Hills, did that make you a little bit more embarrassed to like Weezer?
Here's the thing. Weezer gets worse every year.
Every single year.
It's true.
And so they started out so strong.
I was gonna say it got a lot. It just got worse. I mean, you just expected it by that point.
It's crazy.
By
That
the time we got to
those first
Patrick
two
Beverly
albums-
Hills, it's like it's over.
It's over, dude. But like Blue Album and Pinkerton were so good.
Yeah,
And then everything after that was terrible.
true.
Even Green Album, not a fan.
It had some stuff I liked. Okay.
Not a fan.
Yeah, it's a bangers.
Hash pipe.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
But that
dun,
doesn't
dun,
feel.
dun,
That's
dun,
not
dun,
Weezer
dun,
though.
dun,
How is that not Weezer?
That's Weezer, man.
It's just not.
It's
It's not
all
the
Weezer.
vibe. It's
It's-
not Weezer vibe.
It's all
It is.
Weezer.
It's
Definitely
not. That's
Weezer.
Beverly Hills Weezer vibe.
You don't get to pick what
I
Weezer
Weezer
is.
disagree.
song.
It's better than Beverly Hills Weezer vibe.
It's better than Beverly Hills Weezer vibe. I'll agree with you. but
You liked it. Don't act like you didn't. Don't.
I
act-
liked it, but I'm not listening to it now. It's not timeless.
I think if it came on in a party, you'd be very excited.
I probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, Patrick Beverly, sorry he was excited. He won the game, and that's awesome.
It was so funny the cut that TNT made though. They like
We're just-
edited everything and they were like showing Patrick Beverly celebrating, and Beverly was crying too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He was crying so
It's
happy.
Don't we want the players that we're watching to be invested in the games that they're playing?
Oh, act like you've been
there before.
No. I want that to be the end of every game.
Every
agree.
game.
But I don't, because then it wouldn't be a special when it happens.
Oh.
But I love that it happened. And so
Yeah.
I want that to be
I was gonna say if
happen all
Poku's
the time.
crying after every game,
I want
I would
after-
like that.
I
If
want
he
after,
jumped on the table,
It'd be
Poku jumps on the
unbelievable.
scores table.
if he jumps
Like-
on the scores table and is yelling at the crowd,
like after the Suns game.
oh my God.
takes off his jersey, throws it into the crowd, I would be electric.
I'm him. I'm him.
It'd be unbelievable.
That would be awesome.
I also want them to cuss in the press conferences after.
Yeah, you got fined severely for that.
I know it shouldn't do that.
$30,000.
They shouldn't do that. I want them to. I want them to be fired up.
Trying to maintain an image here. Also, he's drinking a Bud Light.
He was.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, he's got to
Post-game.
celebrate that championship.
And Edwards is sitting there talking. And Beverly pulls this giant Bud Light can out from under the table.
That's
and
awesome.
cracks it.
Remember after a finals game when Durant
Uh.
drank some beer and then just spit it all out. It's like
'Cause it
stone.
tasted
It's like
good.
stone cold. It's like how Stone Cold drinks.
Oh,
beer.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's what he's going for.
If you're drinking a refreshing beer, like after a basketball game like that, if
Mhm.
you're gonna drink a beer, it's probably gonna be something like a Bud Light or a Coors Light.
Well, it's
Isn't it?
because it's got drinkability.
Yeah, it's got crushability.
It's got it all. Like after you mow on a beer, that thing's gone.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
good. Nothing better.
Nothing better. Maybe these play-in games tonight will be better. We've got the Pelicans and Clippers as the late night game, and the Cavs and Hawks
Mhm.
early. Predictions, thoughts, feelings. Beverly's.
Clippers, Pelicans is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I think it's been really interesting seeing CJ McCollum on this team.
Yeah.
And not with Portland and behind Dame and that whole
Mm-hmm.
kind of story, He was so good the other night.
Yeah.
He was so good. And I would think of him as like, I don't know, compared to Brandon Ingram, obviously he's better. How would I think of him?
I don't know. BI's really good.
He is really good, but I think CJ McCollum is better. And I think on this team, he's like the leader or
Yeah.
the scoring, the go-to guy in
He's
games
definitely
like this.
he's definitely the leader. I still think BI is probably their go-to guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Tonight, you think it's going to be BI?
Maybe.
Can't wait to see Paul George put up a bunch of empty points.
I can't wait to see Herb on Paul.
Herb on Paul.
Hey, he's been good, man.
He was incredible in that game too.
That dude is good.
That's the thing is this team is really interesting because it's
Mhm.
like Ingram and McCollum, and then it's like the next guys up it's Jonas, but then like it's these rookies that
Yeah.
they brought in. It's Herb Jones is like their defensive star. You have Jose Alvarado. who
Yeah.
came off the bench and hit 3 threes. He was awesome. That was a really impressive win.
They've got character now. I feel like they
Oh,
have
yeah.
like character and they have a feel.
They've got
you know?
identity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think and if they can add Zion to that crew, that's a real team.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Good job, Pelicans. Good
Good
job.
job.
And for Thunder fans, if you don't know, which I think most people know, especially if you're listening to the show, that if New Orleans wins, the Clippers pick becomes a lottery pick for the Thunder. So there's a lot at stake here, not just a fun New Orleans team and us wanting to see Paul George suffer, but a lottery pick at
Wow.
play tonight.
This is a big game.
It's a big game. It's a big game for us.
This is a big Thunder game.
Personally, it's a big
Uh,
one for us.
Paul George. Has he been empty points for the last year? I'm serious.
They went to the conference finals last year.
Okay, so since conference finals, has he been empty points
He's
when
been
he's
hurt.
not injured?
He's been hurt.
I'm just saying, I feel like empty points. Just
Wow.
going out there being Paul George. What's really happening?
Empty calorie P.
Yeah.
Empty calorie P.
He's got low P.
He's got low P.
Yeah.
He's playing P right now. I mean, that's like almost playoff P.
Oh,
Play-
play in P.
Play in P.
I know.
Yeah.
You got to go
That's-
in before you go off. Would you rather
That's what
be?
they say. That's what they say.
Would you,
Okay.
Whoa.
it's deep.
Play in P. Yeah. That's I don't like saying that.
I like it. Thank you, Luke.
You're welcome.
So is play in P better than play off P? We'll see. Won't we?
He hasn't been so far. He's already lost.
He.
Cavs Hawks feelings. Jared Allen's going to try to play tonight. That's a big difference maker.
Yeah. I hope the Cavs win, obviously. That's way more fun to me than the Hawks.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just a cool story. I just like it.
I like
I like the Cavs being I like Kevin Love
Yeah.
playing and being kind of important on this team where he's not the best player.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a nice story.
You know, like Trae Young back in the playoffs. Trae Young was awesome in the playoffs.
They already messed up their he was awesome in the playoffs last year. You know what though? They're what do they say? They squandered their opportunity this year. They should have just played better. Why are they in the play-in?
Well, that's who I want to win. I want the Hawks to win.
I do too.
You want the Hawks to win?
Yeah.
I think the Hawks have more.
Actually-
they have a better chance to sneak up and do damage.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. It is I just like the Cavs winning. I think that's more fun. I like it.
At the end of the day, I don't care. But if I had to pick, I would pick the Hawks.
And I kind of want to see what Garland does in like more important games. I want to see. I want to squeeze that guy.
We'll figure that out tonight.
I want to squeeze him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I could squeeze him?
I doubt it.
I want it to be another bird night. Hawks and Pelicans. Bird night.
Oh, bird night.
That happened the other night. Those are the two teams that won on Wednesday, and I'm hosting the Daily Ding, and all I can think about is bird night the whole time.
Bird night 2.0.
It's bird night. Let's go bird night on a Friday night.
Dang.
That's what I want.
You gotta have a bird button.
I know.
That has a bird.
Gotta
call.
have lots of.
Huh? Like
You
little-
should have bird.
It has like
buttons.
little tweets behind you going on.
You guys got a finals pick? Finals pick? East and West?
Yeah, I think it's still good. I think it's
Hawks
gonna
and
be
Pelicans?
the Hawks and Pelicans. Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be the Bucks again coming out of the East.
Okay.
I
will say this. I would like it to be the Suns.
Yeah.
in the West. Yeah.
And I would like them to win it all.
You know what though? If it's Suns out West, I would like it to be against a different team in the East than the Bucks again.
Yeah.
I would like it to be like Celtics Suns would be really fun. I think
That was my pick before Rob Dog Williams went out.
Well, I think they're saying he might be able to come back in the first round.
Yeah, they're saying that.
But so even if the Celtics beat the Nets in the first round, which we'll see if they could even do that.
Mm-hmm.
Then if Robert Williams is not 100% and they go against the Bucks, I don't know how they beat the Bucks.
Mm.
Yeah, it'll be tough.
Be
That'll
tough.
be tough.
But
Yeah, they'll play the Bucks in the
second
round. That's a
Yeah.
big series.
Yeah.
Woo, it's tasty. And then you have Heat versus the winner of Hawks Cavs, Philly Toronto. Who's your Philly Toronto pick?
I want to say Toronto. It's Philly.
Say
though.
it.
It's Philly.
Okay, I'm going Raptors.
I think it goes,
It's more fun to cheer for Raptors.
I think it goes 7 games.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be a wild series. Bucks Bulls, not so much.
no.
Who's your Celtics Nets pick? I'm going Celtics.
Well, yeah, that's who you have winning it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I
Out
have
of
to go
that.
Celtics too. But
Then when you think about this one, it's
then when I really think about it, though,
I know.
it's like, oh man, I don't know.
So
These first round series are pretty good.
Yeah,
like most of them.
those two are really good.
Yeah.
The Miami Atlanta actually could be decent.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any way I'd pick Atlanta. But for Slam and Jam, we're having a guest on. We're having a Sixers guest and a Raptors guest. And then we're going to have them try to convince us that their team is going to win. And then Alex and I will make our picks after that. And then we have a Boston and a Brooklyn guest.
Well, I like that.
that's
So-
good.
I like that.
Should be very interesting.
That's going to be very interesting.
So-
okay, what's out west?
Anybody else out west that, because I think it's Phoenix too, but anyone out of the Mavs, Luka's out in game 1 already, which is such a bummer.
Yeah.
Mavs, Jazz, Warriors, Nuggets, and then Grizzlies, Wolves. Anything that pique your interest?
If it was not the Suns that got there,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be the Grizzlies.
Same.
I think that would be fun.
I think they're probably most likely. We got to see what Ja looks like. I assume he's 100%, but we have to see what he looks like, which is kind of scary. It's like we have to see what our best player looks like. But they play against a Minnesota team that they played great in that playing game. That was awesome. I just don't know that they can consistently play smart enough basketball.
Yeah.
And I think that they can put Towns in his place, which obviously the Clippers even showed that they can do that. And then like Steven Adams in Towns.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the thing too, is like Minnesota gets their athleticism gets them really far
Mm-hmm.
with Edwards and even Towns and what Towns can do and all that. And the Grizzlies can match that basically.
Yeah.
So, and the Grizzlies have more players that are more talented and make things happen. So,
Yeah.
there's just no way that the Timberwolves will.
I don't think so
win that.
either. I don't
But
think so either.
If John Morant was 90% and they made it to the freaking finals, that would be amazing.
That'd be awesome. I would be eternally jealous.
I'm already so jealous of them.
Eternally jealous. They've got Golden State in round 2. If Golden State gets through the Nuggets, which I assume they will.
Yeah, if Golden State's healthy, I don't think it would be crazy to see them end up in the finals.
It's not. I think it's probably Phoenix, Golden State, Memphis are the 3 most likely. Because I just don't know that the Mavs, especially with Luka hobbled, are going to have enough juice. The Jazz,
Golden State don't need to see him.
That's fine.
Come on.
It's kind of more fun now again. I wouldn't mind if Golden State made it far again. I don't want them to win again.
That if like Golden State Memphis is going to be insane.
Yeah.
That's going to be really fun.
I think the Mavs and the Jazz, even though they play each other in the first round, I think they're both going to lose in the first round.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Well, they get to whoever wins plays the Suns.
Yeah.
And
So
you're
they're
just like, I don't believe in either of you against the Suns.
No.
Anyways, so great. It actually worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to see Memphis Phoenix in round 2 or Golden State Phoenix in round 2. Let's save it.
Yeah. That's great. That's a really good point.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the Shaden Sharp portion of our podcast. Shaden Sharp, who was supposed to play at Kentucky, really was supposed to still be in high school right now. Finished high school early, went to Kentucky, didn't play any minutes at Kentucky, did some warm-up dunks at Kentucky, and declared for the draft. And
Those must have been some dunks.
he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay in. Interesting wing in this draft. I think it's great that he stayed. I don't know if the Thunder like him. He is Canadian, and his name is Shea.
International, non-American already bumps you up 10 points in Thunder's book.
He's 18 years old, which also helps. Not the youngest guy in the draft, but one of the youngest guys. He's actually just the same age as Jabari Smith, which is kind of interesting because you think like, oh, this guy's got to be so young. Like AJ Griffin's like quite a bit younger than him.
What?
Yeah, they're both freshmen, kind of. Shaden's not even really a freshman. What is he? What do you call him?
I think
The
freeloader.
the freshest man.
what do you
Pre-fresh?
Pre-fresh.
He's a pre-man?
Whatever he is, he's in the draft, and it just makes like the wing prospects more interesting, especially if they fall to like 7 or something like that. Just having some depth in the draft is always good, because if he's gone, that would be such a bummer. So, you want me to take a little spin on the?
I do.
All
On
right.
the Tankathon?
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
All right. Here we go. Spinning. Third.
Hey,
That's great. That feels good. Paulo Banchero to the Thunder.
I like that.
You guys feel good about that?
Yeah.
I'd take that.
I would take that.
They have him as in 2K a 95 rating.
Really?
A special card. It's like a special card that you have to
okay.
get, so they boost him up. Very fun to play with. Got me very excited
He's boosted all right.
for real life.
So they got.
you play
Oh,
with the Thunder?
I would really be excited if they.
Are you the Thunder?
No, I am my team. So it's like
What's your
random
team
guys.
called?
What's your team called?
OKC Proper Craigs.
Okay.
In this current iteration, they would get Paulo Banchero, Jeremy Sohan at 15, which I would be very pumped about, and Christian Coloco out of Arizona. So they get their big guy.
Love to see it.
I'd love to see that. All right. Moving on. ESPN released a top 25 under 25 this past week. And Shea in the consensus 25 under 25 is ranked 10th, with Darius Garland at 9, Bam at 8, Zion at 7, Cade Cunningham at 6, LaMelo at 5, Trae Young at 4, John Morant 3, Tatum 2, Luka 1. Any qualms with this ranking or where they have Shea placed? Individually, it was Bobby Marks, Kevin Pelton, Mike Schmitz. Bobby Marks had Shea at 16.
Yeah, I did have a comment on that.
Pelton had him at 7, and Schmitz had him at 9.
I've never been impressed by anything Bobby Marks has said or done ever.
Yeah, get out of here.
In fact, it's been the opposite.
Wow, nothing. I mean, he really knows his stuff.
No, he doesn't. He gets corrected all the time on Twitter.
Well, he knows his front office stuff.
Yeah. I feel like there's other people that know more front office stuff than he does. And I just feel like he gets correct. Does he work at the Athletic?
No. He works at ESPN.
Well, then
you can trash him all you want. I think he's good at that stuff. As far as like basketball stuff goes, I don't know how great he is.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been impressed by him.
Here's a question I have about this list.
Mhm.
And
Funny coming from me.
it's at Zion at number 7.
Yeah,
When do you think he'll play a full season of basketball?
Oh.
that's a great question.
And,
People might be saying the same thing about Shea, though.
well,
Yeah.
feels a little different.
It does to us. I wonder if it does on the. I wonder if it does.
Yeah,
On the
I've
outside
wondered
looking
that
in.
too. But when do you think that will? Okay, who do you think of those two will play a full season of basketball first?
It feels more like Shea, doesn't it?
Yes,
I'm saying Zion next year.
because every time
82 games.
I see Zion in photos, I forget how absolutely gigantic he
He
is.
is gigantic.
He's huge.
Yeah, he is.
And when it's every time I see him, he gets big. I feel like he's bigger.
Yeah.
It's true. It is having him 7th on this list is kind of tough. I mean, I guess if he was healthy, you'd probably have him at 4.
I mean,
Or maybe even 3.
Or 3. If he never got hurt and never blew
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I think maybe that's fair. Anybody that's too high?
LaMelo probably.
what's a city that he could go to that has an NBA team that has really bad food?
Really bad food?
Bad food, like not good food.
I mean, I think people might say Oklahoma City would be it.
Yeah.
I know.
Boston? No, Boston has great.
I was going to say, like, most of these cities have great food.
Yeah.
New Orleans is particularly bad.
Orleans, I think, was the worst, potentially the worst that they could send him
Memphis,
to.
not good either for him.
Just cream all the time.
Maybe send him to Minnesota.
I think Orlando.
Oh,
does
Minnesota
Orlando,
is probably
does
it.
Orlando have good food? You don't think good food, Orlando?
They got a lot of like Red Lobsters and stuff. I feel
They
like
do.
in Orlando.
Yeah, but every place has those. But you could think he could go to Epcot and eat all around the world.
He could.
he would eat the
He
world.
would eat the whole
I
world.
know. So you got to be careful. Just tough.
I love
Cade-
it. Love Epcot, by the way.
I've never been.
I've not been since I was probably in the first grade.
I was there in January. It was delightful.
What was your favorite world city?
World City.
I don't know.
Country.
Country. What was your favorite country? What was your favorite?
world.
What was your favorite country that you visited?
Oh, it's really tough to pick one.
You have to pick one.
Mexico was really fun. China was very fun.
Okay.
Canada?
I'd like to go because I think you can do it, like get a drink pass and drink around the world.
Yeah, you can.
I would love to do that.
France was amazing, actually.
Oh, we
There was a Ratatouille ride in France.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
See, I don't remember. I remember Epcot when I was younger. Not
Yeah.
having very many rides.
There's a lot of rides now.
Okay.
I heard France was a comme ci comme ça. Cade
It was
Cunningham being 6.
How do you guys feel about that?
It's a little soon, isn't it?
He's been good, but
He's
it
been
does
good.
it does feel like a huge slight to like Scotty Barnes and Evan Mobley, who have done it all season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel a little weird.
Also, how the hell is Brandon Ingram still under 25?
Yeah, that's wild, huh?
That is crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
I kind of feel that same way about SGA. SGA's always younger than I think he's going to be.
Shay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still quite young.
Yeah, he's young. But like Ingram's played, it feels like 7 seasons in the freaking league. but I guess he hasn't.
He's getting close to that number.
Is he? You're gonna look it up, and somehow he's still 22.
Yeah, he's young forever. But whoops, I almost clicked on Andre Ingram.
No, that guy's old.
That guy's very old. He was never 23. This is his 6th season.
Yeah, 6th season.
He's 24 years old.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good for him. Good for him.
that's great. That's going to be Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey's going to be in year 6, and he's going to be 24.
It's gonna be
Dang.
It's gonna be Poku.
It's going to be Poku. He'll be in year 6. He'll be 24.
Poku's like a.
He'll be in year 6 in what?
in the
the
NBA, as a
NBA.
star player, 25 under 25.
Willie. He'll be in year 6 in the NBA.
What are you talking
Shut
about?
up, man. You didn't watch the end of the season. Stop.
Yeah, that was that was so important. Those games, we learned a lot.
He was good. Leave him alone. Any qualms with Giddey not being included on this list over like the end of this list? Jaren Jackson Jr., Tyrese Maxey, John Collins. I actually kind of hate the end of this list,
Yeah.
especially like the order that they ended up in.
Yeah.
Like John Collins over Jaren Jackson Jr. is bad
I'm not gonna get.
objectively.
I don't.
Tyler Hero,
I'm not. Does
I
not
don't
hurt
know.
my feelings.
How is Tyler Hero not ahead of Bane?
Bane's the hot name.
I guess, but like
He's a better.
he can be a hot name, but JJJ isn't.
I guess.
It's weird.
Old news.
Old news, Triple J's.
Triple J.
Yeah, you like SGA over Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, I do like that.
That feels good.
Yeah.
After watching what Ant did in that playoff game, makes you feel better.
It does feel good. And then everyone else ahead of SGA, I guess I can understand.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
can
I'm not
get
going to
it.
be
Yeah.
fired up about it, but yeah, I think it's fine. It's at least cool that he's included in the top 10.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ESPN.
On
I
me,
would hate if he was snubbed.
I'd be mad if he was off the list. 25 under 25.
man.
That would be very bad.
I would just imagine. I'd just say, well, it's because he's 26.
He was the easily the happiest person at exit interviews.
Wow. Yeah, I was glad that crap's over.
No, he was. I mean, the dude. He's been walking on air for a while, and just loving life. He walked in, and we're all just sitting there, looking at the podium, waiting. He walks in. He's like, "Good morning, good morning, good morning."
Really?
Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning,
He does the
Vietnam.
Michael Scott. That would be great.
Yeah. No, he was very, very happy.
That's great. Do
Yeah.
you worry that it might be like a substance?
I don't. It doesn't
Okay.
feel like. It definitely doesn't feel like that.
That's
SGA
good.
trips walking to the podium. No,
Like it's
definitely not. No, he's high on life, brother.
Wow.
the ultimate drug.
The ultimate drug.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
John's factoid bigger in victory. John's factoid bigger in victory.
Oh, Luke.
Oh, no.
Oh, Master Luke, I come to your dojo needing advice, parental advice. Please let me in. Hello? Are you in your dojo?
Hold on, I'm on the toilet. Okay, I'm off. I'm ready. Door open.
Oh, Master Luke, thank you. My daughter has not been sleeping. Therefore, I have not been sleeping. How do I get my daughter to sleep without giving her drugs?
Oh, I was gonna say ZQL.
Yeah,
That's drugs.
I'm not going to do that.
Sequel.
Sequel is... That would be bad.
Here is. Do you do a late night snack?
Yeah, usually it's a bottle of milk.
Warm milk.
It's been cold. lately.
You fool! Cold milk makes them never sleep. They think it's the morning.
Oh,
But warm milk, a child asleep. Try to warm milk. Warm up those milk and get some crackers
Warm up those milk and get some crackers, baby.
and feed
'cause
it.
We're going to sleep.
Feed it to the baby and say, "This is nighttime milk," and then she will go to sleep.
Wow.
Mhm.
Is that all? But she's waking up at like in the middle of the night, though. So, I mean, she goes to sleep, but then she wakes up in the middle of the night and then she doesn't sleep.
Oh, more milk. More milk.
Of course.
More
But
milk.
I'm telling you, but the
Wow.
warm
Yeah.
milk will set you free.
The warm milk. Wow. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Get out. That's me
Yeah.
closing the door.
This is me walking away. Wow. So much wisdom gained.
That's it. And then, what other nighttime foods? Are there other nighttime foods like warm milk?
We're done.
Raisins.
Raisins?
Raisins is a daytime food.
I don't know.
Hey, look, check it out. What does that look like?
I know. Oh, yeah. It's time for my deep dive. Guys, you know what I've been diving deep on online with?
No.
Comic book prices.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are they soaring?
They're volatile.
Oh, yikes.
And you know what? You know what hits them up the most?
What?
No, what hits them up the most?
Marvel movies.
Hits them
Mm.
up the most.
Like there was like
What's the most recent Marvel movie?
the next Marvel movie is Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
multiverse. Doctor Strange 2, multiverse of madness.
Wow.
And in one of the trailers and spoilers, if you absolutely care about a trailer to a movie that comes out in 2 weeks, you saw part of a bald head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, people think that was Professor X, so that means X-Men prices hopped
Professor
up.
X.
Is that true?
Yeah, they think. Yeah, well, you've been spoiled. So I have a big comic book collection of about, let's say, 300 comic books,
Mm-hmm.
but probably more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm trying to do with my dad is sell all of them so that at the end of it we have under 5. But we want the 5 that we have to be good. So we're getting comic books graded and stuff like that. And it's so dorky, and I think about it and talk about it all the time. All of the time.
How
Like
much
the
money do you
comic
think
books.
is in
Comic
them?
book the ultimate comic book consolidation.
Consolidation. And then getting up to the ones we want. So we talk about the ones we want all the time.
Mhm.
And I would tell you, but I don't want the prices to jump.
Oh, wait. Are you selling your comic books so that you can buy
Yes.
the comic books? that
We
you
are
want?
selling all our comic books. The money we get from that, we are putting towards
Oh,
like a graded comic book, which is like the sealed, it's the grade up the top. It's been fun. It's been like the last literally year of my life.
Really?
Uh-huh.
How much money do you think is in those 300 comic books that you have right now?
Hard to say. Hard to
Give
say.
me a range.
300,000.
I'm not going to do that. It's less than that.
Is it like 3,000?
I would say it's like
3 to 10,000.
no. I won't say. I'll
Just
leave you
give me a
guessing.
range.
No, thank you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say it's $300 because you have terrible comic books.
I would not sell to you for that. However, it's been fun.
That sounds fun.
It's been real fun.
That's nice with your daddy.
Before we take a quick break, just want you guys to know that we're going to have a lottery party on May 17th.
Yeah.
Boop, boop.
Poop,
That's-
poop,
that's-
everybody.
That's the ladder. That's the train coming through. Boop,
Yeah,
boop.
let's take one more spin before we take a quick break and figure out exactly where they're going to be picking.
Today, if we had the lottery party and the balls drop.
6, AJ Griffin. All right, we'll be right back after this quick break.
Wow.
All right, we're back from that quick break, and it's time for some Twitter questions.
Twitter questions. You got questions and you ask them on Twitter. Now we answer them for you. This is Twitter questions. Now let's get down to it.
That's good.
That was really good. I couldn't believe that because that song you said, now let's get down to it.
Yeah.
And that was the very end of the song. And how could you have known
I
that?
didn't. It was a God thing.
It was a good thing.
Hey, our
I
first Twitter question comes from @Bangelope, who wants to know what will you be drinking after the lottery?
What will you be
What
drinking
will
after the lottery party?
if the Thunder pull the number one pick, and what if we get the eighth? If we get the eighth, no drinking.
If we get the 8th,
I will not celebrate.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Water.
Whoa.
If we get the one, regular Dr. Pepper.
Hey, sugar, baby.
Bring back the sugar.
If we
Back
get
the sugar.
if we get the number one,
Mhm.
champagne.
Champagne
Wow.
for everyone.
I'll drink champagne and I'll drop a shot of whiskey in there too.
What?
In the
Yeah,
champagne?
yeah. And you know what else I'll put in there?
No, don't do.
Cherry. You know what else I'll put in there?
Is
A
this
celery stick.
why?
You know what else I'm
Gross.
gonna put in there?
No.
Some vodka.
Not funny.
Gross.
Not
You know what
funny.
else I'm putting in
Disgusting.
there? Mozzarella stick.
If they really do this, somebody better order this drink for Taylor.
Yep.
You'll vomit.
Champagne,
won't vomit.
whiskey,
Yes, you
vodka,
will.
mozzarella stick, cherry,
Cherry.
celery.
Celery.
Don't forget it.
That's called the number one.
No, it's not.
Called that.
Yeah, it is. That's a real drink. It's called number one.
No.
Show me a picture. of it.
No. You're a liar.
Type in number one
I
drink.
already did this to you.
Type in number one drink, and it will not be that. And if it is,
Drink called number one. It's a Pim's cup, is what I just did.
no. Next Twitter
All right,
question.
yeah.
You've
let's
ruined
move
it.
on.
Next Twitter question comes from @OKCobstinacy. Cobstinacy. What do you pronounce that? I don't know.
Yep, you did good.
That was my try. Oh, OKC obstinacy. Got it.
Okay, Cobstinacy.
who says everyone has talked about us trading up at the draft. What about the opposite? If we get one or two, do you think there's any chance Presti pulls an Ainge in 2016 and trades back to still get his guy plus additional assets? Feels like a total Presti move.
I'm sure it's possible that maybe if they drew number one and Paulo was their guy or Jabari Smith was their guy, they'd have to be sure that whoever they were trading with was not going to take that guy and that they did want Chet. The thing that's difficult about this particular draft is that there's not a consensus number one.
Don't you think by that time there will be?
I don't know.
Doncha.
I don't know. I don't know if there would be among teams. There may be among NBA draft heads, but amongst teams, it's difficult because
What would we get? What would we get if we traded? If
you
we
probably
traded
get
down?
one additional pick.
In what range?
Well, you would ask for like a top 3 protected pick. Like if it was, let's say Detroit is just like, we're dead set on Chet and we need to get Chet Holmgren, and the Thunder are like, well, the only way that you're getting it is if you give us your next year's top 3 protected first round pick. And number 2 or number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I would 100% do that
Yeah, I would too.
if that's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Detroit falls out if they're like 4th or something in this great draft, and the Thunder are, a lot of people think the Thunder will be better next year, and the Thunder are picking 7th, and you can get 4 and 7 in a great draft, golden, and have Paulo. Like that would be an ideal scenario. That's
It
a
really
that's a
would.
dream scenario if I've ever heard one.
What are you so scary? That would be draft night. Would be or like
It would be insane if it happened on draft
it would
night.
be insane.
It would
be insane.
We will have a
Can you
draft.
imagine
We will have a
this,
draft
though?
party too, huh?
Can you imagine this though? That the Thunder get the number one, and there is a trade on draft night, and they trade out of like the top 5.
It would have to be for something insane.
Yeah, but I can also kind of see something like that
It
happen.
would have to be insane.
Total Presti move.
Total Presti move.
Maybe like if you can get Detroit's or Houston's unprotected next year, you might do that.
Yeah. It would be such a pressy move to like, I don't know. So this thing you're not expecting where you have the thing that you wanted all year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, well, maybe I can use this to get something that might be better next year.
Pulls the rug out from under you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what their evaluations are of these guys, and we won't ever know, honestly.
Unknown evals.
We won't know. Because they may have Paulo number 1, or they may have Jabari number 1, or Chet. I would be actually really shocked if Chet wasn't their number 1 guy, just because he checks a lot of Thunder boxes. So I don't know.
Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @Jared_Lemon, who wants to know: would you rather have an all expense paid 2-month vacation to Europe or 10 minutes on the moon? You can either teleport to the moon directly or take the shuttle, depending on your preference. Taylor seems like a moon guy.
Teleport to the moon. Wouldn't you want the full rocket experience?
It'd be so scary and boring.
I'm not a moon guy. I don't know what makes
you don't
me
think it
come
would
off
be
like a moon.
interesting to be on a rocket ship? Boring? You're in space.
Boring.
You wouldn't want to be in space?
I could be in Italy, Andrew.
2 months all expense paid trip.
I know but what he's saying, like, just to
Space
be like, I have
boring.
been like one of, I don't know how many people have been on the moon, like 60 people. I don't know.
I think a lot more than that. Wait, maybe not.
I think under 10.
Really?
I would
have
guess
been
under
on
10.
the moon. Here we go.
Well, let's count them. Buzz. Number 1, Buzz.
Been on the
60 might have been way overshot. 12 people have been on the moon.
Closer.
12,
I
huh?
won.
12
That's
people.
crazy.
12 people have walked on the moon.
1, Buzz.
All of them are part of the Apollo program. 4 of them are still alive as of April 2022.
Did we just not need to walk on the moon anymore?
All of the
after this?
crewed, I guess not. 60 people. Wow. That's a good guess.
There was something written on Twitter that I read that says we're sending people to the moon that they are like really good scientists and stuff like this that don't have the language to really express like how magnificent it is. And it's like it said one guy that walked on the moon and was like, yeah, it was really neat. Like, come on, man.
We need some content. We need to send some content creators.
They were saying
to
like
the moon.
we need to send like poets and like writers up there so they can express how beautiful it is. It's like, yeah, it was great. I'd do it again. So funny.
If you're the one of 13 people ever
to
walk on the moon,
the thing, because we're talking a little bit about like teleporting to the moon, so like the rules aren't.
I would just say let's just edit it to you're going on the rocket ship. You need the full moon experience, because if you want to tell people about it, first of all, some people don't even think people actually walked on the moon. So if you say, yeah, I teleported to the moon, people are gonna be like, look at this joker.
Yeah. Also, still, even if I took a rocket to the moon and I actually did it and came back, people would still think I was
How mad
lying.
would you be if people were just like,
well, have you seen
liar.
that video of, I think it was Buzz Aldrin that punched that guy in the face?
Punched the guy, yeah. It's a moon. He's a moon.
Totally
faker.
Understood.
That's true. Maybe you don't want the burden
Yeah.
of moonwalking.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Because
If I
won't believe you.
If I went to a 2-month all expense paid trip to Europe, I would come back
15 pounds heavier?
20 pounds heavier. Easily. I would. I mean, it would be unbelievable.
Yeah. Or if you went to the moon for 10 minutes, you might lose weight.
I don't think so. But you'd come. But I think when you're in outer space, you come back taller. And thus
less
thinner.
gravity.
Is that not great?
It would be great.
I think going to the moon would change me more than going to Europe, obviously.
Maybe.
It may not change Luke as much as going to Europe, though, because that's 20 pounds.
The thing about it now is, like, think of the pictures and videos you would get on the moon today.
Also, I would absolutely show my butt to the entire world at once.
The moon.
It'd be awesome.
You would
I'd
moon
them.
from the moon.
Yes.
I think you'd
think
die.
about that.
I think you'd die.
You might die.
From inside the rocket, though. I'd like press it up against a glass. Do that thing. As if I was like in a car driving on a highway next to someone, you know, and I or press my butt on back windshield. I'd do that to the entire world.
Wow.
Do you know what that would feel like? The power?
You're talking yourself into the moon right now.
I think I'm a moon guy.
Yeah. You started off the segment saying
Boring.
I'm definitely not a moon guy. I would definitely be a moon guy.
Because here's the other thing. Because the Europe trip 2 months, but 10 minutes on the moon and the time it takes to get up and time to gets back, that's like
40 years sometimes.
Well, that's true. How
long do you think it takes to get to the moon?
I think it takes a couple days. I think it takes 3 days.
No, because I think it takes about 3 days. Is that what it said?
Yeah, it does. You saw it.
Wow.
I was gonna make it a thing.
Sorry.
It's not a thing.
Dang.
About 3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
Huh.
You're definitely
Well,
a moon
okay.
guy. You knew
I
that
thought it was-
already.
I don't know how I knew that. It's because I guess I can just judge the distance. I'm like,
I thought it'd be
Shaq.
months.
Hoops talk argument. The moon isn't that great.
I mean,
Right,
it's not that great.
that's a person.
It's not that great.
That's also a person that's never been.
That's true.
How
How
can
would
you
he
say?
know?
You know?
The moon itself, not that great.
I
The
think it'd be-
experience, everything around going to the moon, I think would be, it would obviously change.
You'd walk
your
around and
life.
be like, that guy went to the moon.
Yeah.
And you
No.
also get to drive around the moon car.
You would be able to go on like the Today Show
Yeah.
and what a late night show is about being on the moon.
Yeah.
No one gives a crap if you went to Europe for 2 months.
You know what else I'd get though? If
What?
you went to the moon, you would get all that positive stuff. You know what
Yeah.
else you'd get? 20 crazy people outside your house every day picketing saying, "You're lying about going to the moon."
Are people
Why are you
picketing
lying
about the
about-"
He
moon?
lives
I
in-
disagree.
And he lives in a gated community. Shut that gate.
That's true. Shut the gate.
Shut the gate.
Private
door.
property. Get
Oh,
outta
dude,
here.
people freak out about
You know what you got
people
to
lying
do?
about going to the moon.
You know what you got to do? Bring home some moon rocks because those things are.
You could start a moon
Expensive.
podcast.
you could.
You could that 10 minutes
Enterprise.
could give you the rest of your life.
You know, moon rocks are
Mhm.
very expensive.
You could collect a lot of rocks in 10 minutes.
That's all I really would do because they're worth like billions.
I know. So
Are
I mean,
they?
They're very expensive.
the moon is now the easy answer.
I think it's the most expensive like thing thing on Earth is a moon. I think that's right. Look how much moon rocks are. The most expensive, like,
I know what you're saying.
yeah, but I don't know what moon rocks. How much are is a moon rock worth? If a moon rock could rock moon.
$1 million for 10 ounces of moon material.
How do they know? How do you prove it?
Samples were recovered, and NASA estimated their value during the ensuing court case at about $1 million for 10 ounces.
And think
So
that's a lot. I don't know how many ounces translate to pounds, but
10 ounces is not 1 pound.
I know that.
16
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
you're right. You can feel confident with what you said.
16 ounces is a pound.
Yeah, good job.
So how many
About
pounds?
3 days.
So how many pounds can you lift?
How many pounds
Where are
can-
we going? How
I'm
many
gonna-
pounds can I lift?
So we can figure out how much
I
you
don't
could
know.
get
How
on
much
your
is
body.
like a how
I-
heavy is like a 5'6" corpse?
What?
150?
What in the
150
world?
pounds?
I could, 50 pounds of moon rock. I feel very confident that I could get
That
50
if
pounds
you
of moon rock.
then Andrew, you are now the proud.
However,
owner of
the-
$800 million.
Whoa.
Listen, the gravitational pull though, which
You
means
could lift more.
it'll be a lot lighter.
All
I
you have
could-
to do is get it on the rocket.
That's right.
Yeah,
And then
On-
10 minutes, you could be a billionaire pretty easily.
I think so. And I'm going to do that.
The
Moon is the answer.
Moon is the easy answer.
I think
Yeah.
You'd have to like stipulation. I can bring back as much moon rock.
stipulation.
Yeah.
I can bring back moon rocks.
I can bring
press my
back
ass against
as
the
many.
window.
Would you rather have the moon rocks or moon everybody?
Have you ever
Both.
seen?
You
have
can do both in 10 minutes.
Have you ever seen that South Park where they get trapped in the cave and Cartman finds a bunch of treasure and he eats it all
No.
No,
and then poops it out later?
no.
That's what I do with moon rocks.
You eat the moon
eat
rocks?
that.
Well, I'd be carrying some, but I want more, so I eat the moon rocks, and so that I have, $2 billion inside me. And
Wow. I suddenly feel very
I'd sell it
excited
for-
about going to the
poop 'em out.
moon.
I'd poop them out. I'd sell the poop moon rocks for less.
You know what? Now that like even if I took the rocket, okay, 7 days gone,
Yeah.
life-changing experience. I'm a billionaire.
Yeah.
I mooned the entire world.
Uh-huh.
That's worth it.
And then you could go to Europe.
Yeah, now I'm like
True.
all expenses paid for the rest of my
Okay.
life.
You can quit your. I mean, going to the moon means you can quit whatever you're doing.
If the stipulation
go to
is I
Europe.
can bring
Yeah.
home as many moon rocks as possible.
Yeah, it is. It's
Moon.
part of it. Yeah, moon,
Moon.
easy. Moon, easy.
But
All
what
right.
if the stipulation that you go to Europe is that you can steal anything from the famous museums and bring it home?
That's
Way
not-
harder than just putting moon rocks in your pocket.
It'd be exhausting too.
Yeah.
I want to relax if I'm in Europe.
Eat the Mona Lisa, poop it out. All right, let's go to our next Twitter question. It comes from at Dort6969nice, who wants to know, after producing No Dunks last week, are there any other podcasts on Andrew's bucket list that he wants to produce?
I mean, I'd like to produce the low post and make the audio quality sound a lot better
Okay.
than it does.
Uh-huh.
And also, like, a part of being the producer is like you get to know these people. I'd like to be friends with Zach Lowe. He seems like a cool dude.
Would you like to produce Hoda Kotb and Jenna Bush Hager on the Today Show podcast? The fourth hour of today.
I don't know anything about that, but
I
sure.
hear that. I hear that on that commercial all the time.
Oh, that's where you hear it, huh? You don't hear
Yeah.
it from
I don't listen to it.
your subscription to it?
I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Hoda Kotb. That's what I hear all the time on my podcasts.
Yeah, on your podcast.
Yep.
It's a commercial on
When
another
you listen
podcast.
to the opening of that
No.
podcast.
It's okay.
No.
It's okay.
You love the fourth hour.
Yeah,
We're
they
gonna
have-
call you fourth hour Luke.
They have wine. It is nice. Hey guys, let's move to our next Twitter question. It comes from at Peps United, who wants to know or says, trading Shea for number one pick was a huge talking point last year. After a whole regular season, how many rookies would you trade at Shea straight up for today? Let's look at that list of all the people ahead of him.
Hot of them.
Ahead of him. I would trade for the top.
So Cade Cunningham, I think, is the only rookie that's ahead of him.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
So
Would you do it? Gun to your head.
I don't think I would. No.
Okay, if you live.
I don't know if there's a rookie I would trade straight up for Shea.
So we made the right decision.
I think so. I think you could make the Evan Mobley argument, but I still think I would just keep Shea.
It's almost like you're in the same position though. If you have Evan Mobley, Shea, no Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley, no Shea. Like, what does that do for your team? It doesn't
Yeah.
really do anything.
Yeah, it's difficult because we don't know what pick they're
Did-
getting this year.
Yeah.
I think if it were May 18th, I'd have a better idea of what I would want to do. Like if they land outside the top 5, you might rather just have Mobley and you could take a wing, or
And then you have Giddey.
you have Giddey and a wing and Mobley. Like
Mm.
there, you can make the argument that you would want to do that. But Shea is really good. Shea is getting better. So I don't know. Shea could end up being better than all of those guys in that class, and it was a great class. So yeah, I don't know. And he's just happy to be here too. Is everybody else happy to be here? I don't know.
Hey
me.
guys, our next Twitter question comes from at Cody, son of Steve, who wants to know Peeps or Cadbury cream eggs. To me, there's no question to this.
Cadbury cream eggs.
Cadbury cream eggs.
I'm kind of neither.
You can say neither, but you have to pick one.
I guess I pick Cadbury cream eggs.
Yeah. Peeps
Yeah.
are terrible.
They're good. Just grab one at their cash register.
Yeah,
Throw it
They're
in with your
great.
groceries.
Yeah. You have to eat it like this, like bite the top off, so
I pop
and
the
then
whole.
you have to hold it.
I pop the whole thing in.
You freak, you sicko.
That's what you gotta do. What do you? You're not changing.
What is in the
anything.
middle?
cream?
What kind of cream?
It's like
The good
it's
kind.
like caramel cream.
No. It's like a
It's caramel.
it is not caramel.
Is it nougat?
I think there is a
Just
caramel
nougat?
one, but a normal Cadbury cream egg is like it's like a sugary white and yellow cream. Like it looks like Yeah.
Answer cream. It is good. I like the Cadbury cream egg. Peeps are a young man's game.
Peeps are definitely a young man's game.
Yeah.
If I ate, if
Peeps are a young man's game.
If
sugar coated marshmallows.
if I ate
Like
a
not
peep,
even good marshmallows.
if I ate a peep right now, I would be in just distress all day from my stomach. Just
Wow.
Peep, it doesn't even have a good texture. Like there's nothing about a peep that
I don't
feels
know that
right.
I've ever really enjoyed a peep,
No, never.
but they're thriving.
They're not even good enough to have around year round. Like they depend on
well,
holidays.
neither is the Cadbury cream egg.
But that could
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
true.
if that argument that could be around all the time.
It could be, but it's not.
It's not.
That's true. It's not.
So they're both.
What about a s'more peep? Peep s'mores.
Never had one.
I just can't believe we have Easter specific candy.
Oh, I can. America baby.
Well, I just don't know. Like, why are these not like?
You know,
4th of July
peeps
candies.
peeps thrive on tradition.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, I always received peeps as a in my Easter basket,
Yep.
and you're like, oh, we're at the store.
Your
We're
kids-
trying to get an Easter basket here.
You
We're
getting your kids peeps?
getting some peeps.
Peeps.
Just because you don't even think about it. But you
Yeah.
should think about it because it's not quality.
They're gross. I would rather have any other candy than peeps.
They've brainwashed you.
Yeah, Snickers,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Reese's,
Yes.
Yes. Then a
Reese's-
peep?
Reese's eggs.
Yeah, they're very good.
What's the best Easter candy? Reese's eggs.
Probably.
Reese's are good. I do like Reese's.
Obviously.
Reese's.
What's a candy that's not well liked that you would still pick over a peep? Like now and laters?
I don't.
I would still eat.
Yeah,
pick
now
that over
laters
a
are
peep.
good. Yeah,
They're fine.
I would rather have like a Mounds or an Almond Joy.
yeah, easily.
Yeah, I'd still eat that over.
Yeah.
Is there any
And Almond Joy is on the line for me.
is there any candy though? Is that you say like, oh, I'd much rather have a peep
Yeah,
than that
peeps are
candy?
bottom of the barrel.
That's the problem.
I would
circus,
say, you know,
circus peanut.
Circus peanuts. Yeah.
yeah, those like strawberry things that only grandparents have. That
No,
look,
I like those.
Those are still pretty good.
Yeah, those are good.
okay.
Werther's so good.
Those
Werther's
are-
originals
those are
are
great.
so good.
Yeah.
Orange Starbursts.
Great.
Do you not like them?
Orange Starburst is the worst Starburst of the original flavors.
Well, it's still
But
so
it's
good.
Still good.
Yeah.
I know. I just try to avoid them.
Like a 7 out of 10 instead of a
You
10 out
try
of 10.
to avoid
Sure.
them.
All right.
Whoa.
Our next Twitter question comes from @Netters918, who wants to know: does watching Westbrook fall this hard in public and show the worst parts of his character lead you to question your fandom of him in his Thunder years? My answer is no.
No, I mean this was always the Westbrook equation here. You know, he was when he was at the top of his game and he had like the attitude and everything, it was amazing. Because you just watched him prove everybody wrong and like win the MVP,
Mm-hmm.
and it was unbelievable. But as his skills diminish, his attitude stays the same or is even heightened.
Yeah, it's heightened to like make up for it.
And it's
Yeah.
and we always knew that
Mhm.
his career was not going to end gracefully. That's just and it honestly would feel weird if it did.
Mhm.
You know, if like Russ plays till he's 36 and he's like like a role player on the Mavericks or something, that would just feel weird.
There would almost be something about that would make me mad at him.
Yeah, like you gave up a part of yourself to stay in the NBA.
Yeah.
No, like Russ is gonna be done quite soon.
Yeah.
And I mean, just think about it. Like if he gets traded to the Rockets this summer and they buy him out, like who's lining up and be like, all right, let's give the keys to our team to Russell Westbrook, even at the minimum. Let's say he's league minimum is the only thing he can get. How many teams are signing up for that? It's not many.
No.
And I think somebody will do it.
So the Hornets really want him, huh? Hornets fans.
I think they want the contract. They want the expiring contract. Gordon
Okay.
Hayward said that he wants out.
So he's
And they want the
so
expiring contract.
Russ is 33, you
Mhm.
know, and probably, you know, say he sticks around the league for
3 more years. Maybe.
3 more
He
years.
probably
let's
will
say.
just because he's Russell Westbrook. I don't know how he will, but I can
But let's say he
somehow
does.
see him being on a team.
It's
3
just
years
it's
from
just crazy to think like at 36, like his career, the main part of his career is over, and like still a lot of life left to live after that. What do you do? You
Yeah.
know?
He's made a ton of money. He can
He has a
chill,
really successful
raise his family.
fashion brand.
Chill for the rest of your life.
raise a family. I mean, you can start a business. You can do whatever you want.
He already has a really, really successful business right now.
Yeah, being a basketball
Clothing
player.
business. No,
Yeah.
he has his own clothing line.
That's what he'll do.
really
He'll do
successful.
fashion the rest of his
I
life.
guess you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he'll just show
More I
up.
was thinking, what would I do? I don't know.
What would you do?
What I do?
What would you do?
What would I do? I don't know.
Be a divorce lawyer for fun.
Yeah, just fun, just for the sport.
For the sport of it.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Are you miffed and are you peeved?
I got poison ivy. I'm miffed about it.
Oh, on your where? On your what?
On my
Oh,
arm.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
It could be worse.
Where was it?
Still miffed. Just working on my flower beds, man. Every year I pay the price. Every year.
Oh, you
Well,
got to pay the piper.
You know, I'm blessed and good.
Grateful and blessed.
Grateful and blessed. My washing machine broke. I complained about that the other day.
Yeah.
Called the maintenance man of my building. Fixed.
Wow.
Wow.
It's great.
Maintenance man did his job.
Yeah, the
He's-
thing that
he's
was
very
supposed to
good.
happen happened.
He's very good.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's great,
I was
man.
very happy. And
Has he had that problem with those washers before?
didn't even have to speak to him.
Even better.
Just called my person, and like the person, like the office manager or building
Yeah.
manager, was
Yeah.
like, I need this done. And then came home from work, done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even better.
Oh,
Wow.
It's a great feeling.
Say
Great.
less.
great.
I wish I'd never have to talk to anyone like that. Not in a judgy way, just more in like I just don't want to talk to you if I don't have a relationship.
Wow, Taylor, no love for the common man.
Wow.
No, I love the common man. Actually pissed me off the other day. Plumbers. If you're a plumber and you listen to this podcast, message me because I want
Why?
to
You
ask
wanna
why
fight?
your freaking entire industry treats your job the way that you do
What do
and
you
treats
mean?
us like trash. Plumbers, you call them, they're like, I'll be there in the morning. They show up whenever they want to. They're like, I got to go get parts. 5 hours later, it's 3 p.m. Then they're like, oh, hey, I can't come back. It's a little too close to end of day. Then they show up the next day.
Well, you know why? Well, one, I do not share this thing. These shows.
I don't either.
I love the plumbing community because once you've made enemies of the plumbing community,
It's over. For
I haven't
you.
You're
found any
done.
good ones. If
You're
you're a good
done.
one, let me know.
I've got a
Change
plumber.
my-
I've got a plumber for you.
You
I've got-
go?
Yeah, I've got a good one.
I would never
Alright.
send it. The way you talk about them, I would never send my plumber to you.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't wanna
I'm
be
with Luke.
associated.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
giving
do
you the
not want to
number.
be
Well,
associated.
you know
with
what?
this.
I'd never send my plumbers to you because I would never do that to you. Because I would.
Yeah,
I love you
exactly.
guys.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever.
we don't want you to.
I have
the,
to have.
the damage has been done to the plumbing community.
I have to have a good plumber.
No, the
because
plumbing did the damage to my community.
This hair clogs up sink drains like nothing else.
Hmm.
Every time I do my hair, I just look at my hands and I'm like,
Can you not unclog a sink drain?
no, no, I cannot. But every time I look down and do my hair, I'm like, there's so much hair.
Oh no.
So much hair right here. So okay.
All right,
Goodbye.
well, thanks so much for listening to our podcast. Be ready for May 17th. We will have a lottery party. Peace.
Pizza.